Cindy Strickland of the Palmetto Quilt Guild is joining us, and it could not have picked a better matchup because I am a quilt aficionado.
Oh, good.
I love a wonderful quilt. You all, your organization, your group has been doing this for more than 30 years now?
33, yes.
That is unbelievable.
Yes.
You have a mission. You guys don't just get together just for the sake of quilting. You usually have got something, a goal in mind.
Oh, yes.
Tell
yes.
us what you've been doing and what the goal for the quilting this past year is for, and then we'll talk about your festival.
Sure. We meet on a regular basis to make quilts for the community. Last fall, we gave away 186 quilts to organizations like Meals on Wheels and local food pantry. And
how many people do you have quilting at any one time?
At any one time, probably about 20 or 25, but there's 114 members from all the way from Savannah up to Beaufort throughout the Lowcountry. And we have many things we do during the year, like we give out a scholarship on an annual basis for a Beaufort County senior that's going to be studying visual arts.
Okay.
So that's
more of an artist than necessarily a quilt maker.
Not necessarily, but yes, many times.
You've got a festival coming up. Tell us about it.
We do, yes. March the 22nd through the 24th. We'll be at Hilton Head Beach and Tennis.
Okay.
We take over the whole ballroom.
I'll bet you do.
I have 140 quilts plus on display and things to shop and see and do. The guild itself has a boutique of handmade items. And then we have a vintage marketplace, which is where you can buy an old sewing machine or a newer sewing machine if you're interested. We have 15 vendors, which will be there, so there's plenty of shopping to be done.
Yeah.
A knife sharpener, scissor sharpener will be there, so you could drop off your things to be sharpened while you're shopping.
Perfect.
And this year, for the first time, we're having a Quilt Appraiser there who can, if you have an antique quilt in your possession.
This is like Roadshow, one of my favorite shows. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have an antique quilt in your family that you want to know if it's valuable or need it for insurance purposes, the appraiser is there to let you know how much it's worth.
That'll be fun. And you're actually going to raffle off this quilt.
This quilt will be raffled off.
Gorgeous.
Yes. Thank you.
And so. Now, can you get involved in the raffle without having to go to the festival?
Yes, if you go to our website, you can buy a raffle ticket or see me.
There you go. PalmettoQuiltGuild.org
yes.
is the website.
Yes.
How hard is it to learn? I bet there are a lot of people watching this who say, you know what, I'd love to do that, but boy, that looks hard.
Yeah, it's not hard. And we have lots of beginners in our group. And we do classes, we do workshops every month for the 9 months of the year. We have workshops where international teachers come and teach us their craft. So
is there always something new to learn?
Always, yes. I'm still learning after doing it for 40 plus years. So
that's amazing. And so it's not that hard? I mean, I could learn?
You could. We do have a few men in our group, so yes, we do have men quilters as well. But yeah, it's not hard. This one was quilted on a machine, so that's why it's beautiful. If I did it on my machine at home, it may not be this gorgeous, but it's there's various abilities that we all bring to the craft. The craft is that for sure.
For sure. And now this has the type of quilt has a name or a style or a
This is a modern quilt because of the color and because it has a lot of white space, but and the way it's quilted, of course, it makes it a modern quilt. But it's kind of based on loosely an old pattern called log cabin. So that may be familiar to some people, but yeah, it's made of batik fabric, which is made in Indonesia. It's beautiful stuff.
It is.
So
it is indeed. This is
and
great
this is
stuff.
a queen size bed quilt, so it would fit over most people's beds.
Most people's beds, and even if you have a king, that's actually not a bad fit to put the queen over the top of it, kind of as a topper. Great stuff. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Cindy Strickland, Publicity and co-chair for the Palmetto Quilt Guild. Again, they've got that big quilt festival coming up later on in March, 22nd to the 24th, PalmettoQuiltGuild.org. Thanks again, Cindy, for coming. We certainly appreciate it. Great knowledge to have. We'll be back with more of the WHHI Daily News right after this.